Welcome to CIT 195 Application Development. I am your instructor, Lisa Ballback. And I'm going to briefly give you an overview of the site and talk about your orientation activities for the first week. So at the top, we have our course banner, which I thought a lot of you would appreciate. And then below that, I have some links to some C# resources. So we're basically in this class continuing from where the 110 class left off. And the problem is that we've got people who have taken 110 from a lot of different instructors. They've used different learning platforms. We've got people who did it last semester. We've got people who did it a year ago, 2 years ago. So we are going to have a 2-week review just to get us all on the same page. And I included some resource links up here because not everybody is going to come into this with the same foundation. And so I've got resource links here for C#. And then as the course progresses, we are going to learn ASP.NET Core. We're actually going to be working with .NET Core 6, although .NET Core 7 is out. We're going to learn the Universal Window Platform, and we are also going to learn .NET MAUI. So we have a lot to learn in this class. So these are just links to resources that will help you. In the sidebar is my instructor information. I did include my LinkedIn profile. So for those of you who maybe haven't had me as an instructor before, hopefully this will refresh because I am there. There we go. If you haven't had me as an instructor before, you can come in here and you can kind of read what my background is. You can take a look at my work experience, my education, all of my certifications, all of that kind of fun, very interesting stuff. Okay, so that is up here. I did include my office phone, email, office number. I am teaching a lot of online classes and several live stream classes. So I'm really not in the office very often, but if you do call and leave a message, it will be forwarded to my email and I will get it. As far as office hours, my office hours are live stream. And so you can use this link to get into office hours, and I have the hours posted here. Okay, I also, let's see, I will also post them here as well. So you guys can see them both places just in case the sidebar is hidden. This class is offered 2 different ways. We have the class online, but we also have half the students taking it live stream. So it's one class, but it's offered 2 different ways. The live stream class is Monday and Wednesday, 3:10 to 5:10. Live stream students must attend class. And what I will try to do is do more of the lecture and covering materials on Monday and leaving Wednesdays for lab. Okay, and so that's what I try to do in the live stream classes, and it works well. So if you are an online person and you're looking ahead and you're like, gee, I don't really understand this, please attend the live stream class if you can. Onliners are welcome to attend live stream. And so if it's an area that we're getting into that you find confusing, by all means, pop into live stream. And that also goes for labs. So labs are going to be typically on Wednesdays where we work on assignments. And so if you're struggling, you certainly can attend lab. okay? Because we're all one big happy class. Um, if you need help and these hours don't work for you, um, then you should email me and we can figure out a time that we can get together and I can help you. This schedule an appointment with me through my success. This is for advising. So if you're working on a schedule or maybe you're ready to graduate and you need some help, that's what this is for. Okay. If you need help with the course, we are going to do that live stream. So either come to the live stream office hours or we can do an appointment. The news and announcements from me. Basically, what I do when I correct your work, and I correct your work when it's due, usually, within a week of the due date, uh, I will post an announcement to let you know that I corrected it. And so once you see the announcement, because it will go to your email, I post it here and it automatically gets sent to your email. Um, you should come up to the course dashboard and you should select grades. Okay, and then what you're going to see is the point range, and you'll see how many points you got. And then if you're missing points, it should explain why over in the feedback. And for your lab assignments, if you're missing points because there's a problem in the assignment, you are allowed to fix it and resubmit. So make sure you look at the feedback. And sometimes I'll even have a video explaining what the problem is. And then you can actually click on this to get into the full feedback where you can actually access the video. Okay, so make sure you come in here and that you read through this so that if you did miss points, you can resubmit and get those points back. The student question and answer forum is for you guys to share information with each other. If it's information, if you have questions about an assignment, then it's better just to ask me directly. If I get a lot of questions about the same thing, I will probably post an announcement just to let everybody know. So if it's a clarification or maybe there's a problem that everybody's having, I will just post the announcement. That way, it'll save some people some headaches. So, if you have any problems with content, please let me know. The student forum is more for you guys to share resources. If maybe you found a really cool site that has C# games or C# tutorials or videos or whatever, share that with each other. That's awesome. Maybe you found a cool trick in Visual Studio, share that with each other. That's what the student forum is for. Below that, we have social media links. And on our social media, we will post CIT events that you guys can attend. We will post internships and job opportunities. So it is a really good idea to follow CIT on one of these platforms. That way, you're kind of in the loop as far as information goes. And then below that would be our lesson blocks. And since I have not taught this course at NMC before, I am developing the course this semester. So as I complete material, I will open up the blocks. If you don't see a block open, it is because it is not ready to be open. So I will complete things as quickly as I can, but it is very time consuming to properly develop these types of courses. So please bear with me. The courses, the blocks will always be open by the beginning of the week. They are due to be open. So if something was supposed to be opened by the 16th, it will be open. If something is supposed to be open by the 30th, it will be open. Okay, but it may not be open that far in advance because, like I said, it takes a lot of time to develop all of this material. So the orientation block is the first one that you are going to be working on. You can see everything in this block is due on the 23rd. And at the same time, you will be also working on the review block, which you're given 2 weeks on that one. The orientation information is pretty short, and you can usually go through it rather quickly. There is a welcome message that you're probably going to want to read through. It basically just gives you information on the course format, how things are organized, when weeks begin and end, all that kind of general information. Then we have the syllabus. So at the top of the syllabus are the office hours and office information that you saw in Moodle. We have a description of the course. And so this course basically covers object-oriented programming in C#. Then we move into the Windows Universal Platform, which is XAML-based. And then we get into .NET MAUI. Okay, so that's kind of how we're progressing in this course. We have a lot to cover. And I did pick a book for the class. It's gotten excellent reviews. It's a pretty solid book. And we will start by doing a review, and then we will move forward from there. The required software is Visual Studio Community 2022, and you also need a GitHub account because I am going to have you guys push your programs to GitHub, and that is where I'm going to be downloading them from. As far as learning outcomes go, we do assess critical thinking in this class. And then the learning outcomes are a little bit more specific to our class content. So you can kind of look through here by the end of the semester. These are the general kind of topic areas that you will have learned. And then we get into our grading and assignment information. In this course, we have 1,000 points, and you get points by participating in discussion, completing your assignments, and completing unit tests. The grading scale is based on percentages. So 95 to 100% is a 4.0, 90 to 94% is a 3.5, and so on. And so this just shows you how it's broken down. Okay, and then we get into how the course is kind of laid out information-wise. So we do have chapters in the book that you are going to be reading. And for the review, you are not going to be reading the entire chapter. There are selected pages that I'm going to have you read. So we'll talk about that in the video overview for that basic review block. But for the chapters, if I don't want you to read the whole thing, I will post the pages that I want you to read. Then we do have the key concept lecture demos where I actually expand on the information and give you lots of examples because it is really helpful in programming to see different concepts in actual code. And so the more examples you can see, the more ways you can learn how to use a concept. The assignments are all lab assignments, and they are designed for you to practice what you have learned. They are worth 50 to 100 points. So you cannot learn programming without doing programming. So that is why your lab assignments are worth so many points. The discussion forums in this class will address some of the learning outcomes. There are some learning outcomes that we have that there is really no other way for me to assess that you have acquired those skills. So those have to be done through discussion. And we're also going to be using discussion to share some of our work. You guys will be developing, as part of your assignments, you'll be developing some games, and it is kind of fun to share that with other people in the class. So, they can download and play your games. So we will be doing that through discussion. Unit tests are set up similar to 110. They are designed to basically assess whether you are understanding the key concepts or not. They are open book, open note. There's no time limit, and you can retake a test 3 times to get a higher score. Okay, and for the rest of this, I think I'll let you just read through this. It's pretty self-explanatory. The college syllabus is the same as it is for all classes. If you have not read through this, you do need to read through it. Having it linked into class basically assumes you have read it, and it's kind of my contract with you. So make sure that you have read through not only the syllabus, but the college syllabus as well. And then we get the course assignment schedule. And you're probably going to want to print this out. And so it just basically covers the different chapters that we're going to be doing, and when the assignments are. You can see for this particular unit, we've got 3 chapters. Then we will have the key concepts and an assignment. We've got a couple chapters, key concepts, and an assignment, and so on. Okay, and then they all have different due dates. Okay, at the end here, you can see that we have a discussion where I will basically be having you pick an assignment that you want to share, and then we'll do a little peer review where your classmates are going to actually, it'll be some kind of game. They'll download it, they'll play it, and then they can, give you a little feedback on that. And as far as feedback goes, I like positive feedback. So usually the feedback directions are, what did you like about the game? Do you have any suggestions for improvements? Okay, so that's typically how I like students to provide the feedback. Okay, and so you can see as we go through here what we will be working on. And I do reserve the right to adjust this, although I think the dates are pretty right on. So I would print that out and just kind of use that as a reference. The assignments for orientation involve a profile glossary and a discussion forum. And so the profile glossary is just a really nice way for you to get to know other students in this class, especially because we've got half the class doing live stream and half the class doing online. It just makes it feel like a more cohesive class. And so what you'll be posting is your name and a picture. You can do a sentence or 2 about yourself, or if you prefer, kind of a quote that symbolizes you and what your hashtags are, if you have hashtags. And then every time you come in class, a different student will be highlighted. In fact, you'll be able to reload the page and see different students. And that is me and my granddaughter, just in case you're wondering. And to add an entry, you can either do it through add a new entry here, or you can click on the link. Okay. And so for this, if we do add a new entry, the concept is your name. And then you're going to want to upload a file. So you'll click on upload a file. And you'll have to choose it from your system, wherever you have a picture of yourself. And then you'll upload. Okay, and almost all pictures come in too big. So what you're going to want to do is modify the width to 150 or 200. And then press tab, and it will keep it in proportion. And then let's put a little description in here and save it. Okay, and then below that is where you're going to put your quote and your hashtags. And then all you need to do is save it, and that exercise will be done. The other exercise that we have is a discussion forum. And this is also designed for you to get to know each other. So you can see that I took the opportunity to share information with you. What you are going to want to share is your name or your nickname, what your major is, any hobbies or interests that you have, and any additional information that you'd like to share about maybe your work or your family. What I like to do is kind of tell you what my background is, because I did start out as a programmer analyst and I moved into teaching. So kind of that journey that I went on, I like to share. And then, the types of courses that I teach and all of that. Um, so do you need to share all of this? No, you do not. Only share what you are comfortable sharing. Okay, so it's totally up to you. The profile and the discussion are graded. So make sure you complete both of those. And then under required software accounts and files, you need to make sure you have Visual Studio Community installed. Okay, so you can select the link. Here's a link to Visual Studio Community. When you do install it, these are the workloads that you need. These are the little check marks. Okay, and you will want to download and install that. Now, if you already have it installed, okay, what you need to do to get the 5 points is you just basically need to launch it. And I will pull this over here and do a screenshot. Just show me that you have it installed. Okay, and then you will submit the screenshot to this Dropbox and you're going to get your points. You also need a GitHub account. So what you're going to do there, I'm pretty sure I have a video. Yes, I did, on how to create a repository. So you're going to go over into GitHub. Let me get rid of some of these. I got way too much open here. Okay, so this is my account. Go right into my repositories. And you can see that I did a CIT 195 one. You can just give me a link to that. Okay, so highlight, Control C, come in here, add your submission. In here, it's actually nice if you add a link. So you can Control V right in there, put a little check, create your link. And actually, it doesn't look like it took my link. Let me do it again. Okay, github.com. Yep, I got it. There it is. And then save that. So that is pretty much it as far as the assignments go. You've got the 2 orientation assignments, you've got the Visual Studio, and you've got the GitHub account. The only other thing that you should do is download and extract the textbook files that accompany the book. We will be using, I think, 2 of them or 3 of them from chapter 3 in our review. So here is a video that shows you how to download and decompress them, and this is the link for those files. If you have any questions about the orientation activities, please let me know. Have a great week, and I look forward to working with all of you.